Well, I just finished watching the last episode of Gen V Season 2. Honestly, I was not expecting the episode to be end like that. It's like a same situation, I'd say, similar to Peacemaker Season 2, for where you're like, oh, well, that's how it ends. But I say it, I don't know, a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. I'm only going to talk about the spoilers for the whole season, best as I can, right? Because unlike with, Creature Commandos, where I talked about the full thing, because all the episodes were already out by the time I watched it, which was, last week, 2 weeks ago? Episodes were already all out, because, Creature Commandos was, the first thing. And then Peacemaker, because I started watching it later, so most of the episodes were already out by then, except the last one. So after Gen V Season 1, when they get put in the, prison for soups, Andre, he's dead. He died off screen, but because the actor died in real life, so they said that he died in prison while trying to escape. Because in Season 1, it's shown that him and his father, they have, a tumor, something in their brains for where when they use their powers, it basically, destroys their brain in the process. So each time they use their powers, it, slowly destroys their brain. And also lets them have seizures, too, and whatnot, so, yeah. So Andre died from that. And so it turns out they come back to, Marie already escaped the prison, and it's just Jordan and holy crap, how did I forget her name? The one that can shrink and grow. I think the actress's name is Emily, or maybe that's in the show, Emily, one of the two, but I'm going to say Emily, because for some reason, that's the first thing that popped up in my head. But they come back because they come back to Godolphin University, or God of You, whatever, because Kate has, brought them back. She got permission to bring them back, and she said, "What's up, guys?" And they're like, "Oh, wait, whatever happened to that bee woman that had the stinger? Did she die? I don't remember. Maybe she did." But Kate brought them back, and yeah, Marie's on the loose. They're trying to search for her, this and that. And soon afterwards, Jordan and Emily find, I don't think that's her name, but for some reason I'm just remembering. I think it is Emily. I don't know. They find Marie, and they try to convince her to come back. Kate followed them. And then when Kate tried to mind control Marie to come back with them, Jordan uses her power, because I think it's the female that uses the shockwave thing, or whatever. When Jordan's a female, uses the shockwave thing, and basically Kate's skull was, open, and she was bleeding out. Marie was gonna try and help her, but then, Jordan's like, "No, don't do it, Marie." And then Emily's just standing there because she doesn't know what to do. And then Kate was like, "Help Emily," right? And then they don't help Kate. Turns out Kate's alive in the next episode. She's alive. They were able to stitch her skull back and give her, blood and whatnot. She's still alive. But then her powers are messed up. The board, the dude there, his name's Cypher. He's trying to get Marie to be more powerful, saying she's special, this and that. And they're trying to figure out why earlier, when Marie didn't come back to the university, before, when she was still on the loose and hiding, Starlight told her about Odysseia, one of the two. And then Marie is trying to figure out, but then she talks to her aunt, Pam. She talks to her, they're talking, because she wanted to look for her sister. She's looking for her sister, and she said she couldn't get her sister at all, right? And they were talking, this and that, and they saw some photos, and Marie discovers that she was because she sees a picture of Cypher holding her. Turns out, yeah, and she was made in a lab, and it's like, oh boy. Also because whenever Andre's dad and Emily were going through some files, searching for some stuff, and they figure out what Odessia was, and it's Emily, right? And I think they figure it out before Marie goes to her aunt's house. I'm going all over the place out of order, right? Because I had to wait for like episodes and all that jazz. And well, turns out Aunt Pam was lying, and she did take care of Marie's sister, but then she was off somewhere, don't know where. Marie's obviously hurt because she was lied to, this and that, this whole time, so she's mad at her aunt, and then leaves, whatever. And then Jordan becomes number one. They're trying to give Jordan, they give Jordan a fake, like a speech that he didn't write, trying to say he was transgender or something. Or I should say they, because he's bi-gender. He can be both male and female, not like transgender, right? So I can say they. But yeah, Jordan, they tried to make Jordan say he was trans or something. And then he told the truth. He's like, oh yeah, also because they also tried to make him say that Starlayers attack Kate. And he's like, no, we attack Kate. When we, as in me. Yeah, he said me. He didn't even say we, but yeah. And then Cypher makes Marie and Jordan fight to make Marie stronger. And then Marie says she senses during the training with Cypher, senses that Cypher doesn't have any V in his bloodstream, so he doesn't have powers, right? And then they set up a whole thing when Marie and Jordan are gonna fight. Kate's there and told Cypher, and she's like, I heard from little birdie, to get it on camera too, because Emily snuck the camera there. And Cypher's like, yeah, let me fix my angle real quick. And he's like, yeah, you could put the camera at a terrible angle for me. Like, what are you guys doing? And then he's like, oh no, you may think I don't have powers, but... And then he proceeds to mind control Jordan to make Marie, use her powers. And then she does. She doesn't kill him, but she does. I'm gonna fast forward a bit. Jordan and Kate go sneak into Cypher's house, and they see that, guess what? Oh wait, no, this is before, so I'm backtracking. Turns out Cypher has an old dude at his house, right? He claims it's his father. And so during it, I was thinking he was trying to make Marie more powerful to heal his father or whatnot. And then as the show goes on, Kate gets sent to prison, and then Jordan, Emily, and Marie, they try to find, they try to sneak in to get Kate. It turns out it was a trap. They get caught, and then turns out Marie's sister is there. Yay. And then after she discovers that and they try to escape, they see that her sister, Annabeth, is on the ground, throat sliced. Currently, dead or almost dying, something like that. But then Marie was able to bring her back to life by healing her wounds, putting the, blood back in her circulation, get it moving, all that jazz. And, then they escape. Annabeth is freaking out, this and that. And she tries this, and she's going on about, oh, I don't know you people, I don't know soups, I don't like soups, this and that. Turns out she has powers. And ever since she was 8. ever since she was young. And so she just tried to use Soup's as an excuse for bad stuff that happened, even though she's one. And then when we fast forward a bit, Stan Edgar helps them. They go back to Godolkin University. And then whenever they're trying to they find out that Cypher's dad is not actually his dad. It's Thomas Godolkin. And they're like, if it's Thomas Godolkin, maybe he can help us, stop Cypher. And then they come back to the school. The guys fight Cypher. And the girls, they find Thomas Godolkin. Marie heals him. And Thomas Godolkin's like, oh, finally, I can move around and I'm not over here, burned skin and all that. And then after the guys defeat Cypher, it turns out his name's like Douglas or something, or Doug, something like that, something with a D. He's a normal person. He's not even like... He's a normal person, no superpower on that. Turns out Thomas Godolkin was controlling him to do stuff for him. He was his second person to be used for mind control or something like that. And then last episode, which I just watched, Godolkin's like setting up this thing because he wants to I don't know, something with the herd, control it, get rid of the weakest ones, keep the stronger ones, and what he's trying to do with the Soups. And the episode, you can see that he's like, yo, stop me from pushing this red button. I think the students tried to, he mind controlled them to not let him do it. And then Andre's dad, Marie and all of them, they come in, help the students, and then Godolkin controls Marie, and then uses Marie's body to make everyone else get on the ground and not be able to do anything, controlling their blood and all that jazz. Then he's about to kill them. Andre's dad walks in after being captured and basically released by what's her name? The woman that's really smart, unless she pokes her brain or something, that she becomes stupid, and then her brain reforms back and whatever, all that jazz, right? Forgot her name. But he comes in, he's able to stop Thomas Godolkin's power. He's able to interfere with it and stop it from working, which is discovered episodes earlier ago. And then he's able to corner Godolkin, and then Marie walks up to Godolkin, looks at him, he looks back at Marie, and then gets gets his upper body exploded, destroyed, gone. And so he's dead. And then they all run away. Andre's dad's like, yo, they need an excuse. There's no normal human, so he's gonna take the blame. We don't know what happens to him. I guess they'll be showed in The Boys season 5 or season 3 of Genevieve, but I don't think there's going to be a third season, because unless it's going to be something like before, I don't know, because there's only going to be, because season 5 of The Boys is the last one, and then they're doing a prequel with Vault Rising with Soldier Boy and some other characters. So they're doing, but yeah, season 5 of The Boys is the last, and I don't think they're doing a season 3, because as they are running away, the teens, everyone, the guys take a break to go pee, and then Starlight pulls up and it's like, hey, you guys want to rejoin our resistance? And they're like, oh, and Emily's like, well, we got our own going on, and she's like, oh, but we can merge and all that, and so Starlight's oh, okay, and then friggin' the A-Train, baby, he pulls up, he's part of Resistance Peak, the A-Train. You can't stop the A-Train, baby. But yeah, he came back. And then the episode ends. similar. I'd say similar to Peacemaker, but just I guess a tad bit better. I don't know. But yeah, I did like this season more than season 1, so I'm gonna give this season a really good. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a really good. Well, I might put it at good and put it nah. No, I did like it more. Yeah, I'm gonna put it at really good, but like at the bottom of really good, which I'm kind of doing that with all this stuff because I'm using Google Docs and all that. I'm not doing no tier list maker because it takes forever to like switch the stuff to try and put something before an image, this and that and whatnot. It takes like 5,000 years. So, but yeah, I'll put it at really good. And that's gonna be about it for Gen V Season 2. So have a good day, night. Wait, also, whenever they were showing like the promo image that Prime Video uses, it showed Homelander on there, but like Homelander was nowhere to be seen, gang. So, but yeah, have a good day, night, afternoon, evening, or whatever.
Man, it's 2023 and Big Dick Randy coming back. And on Halloween night, he gon' be looking for a snack. If you see that nigga coming, better run like you in track. He a big scary nigga, man, he's 7 foot and black. He don't joke around, he don't fucking play. He gon' run off with your butt and eat it up like a buffet. You'll be trick-or-treating, hanging out.